Have you ever imagined a car that could run on almost anything? Gasoline, diesel, kerosene, jet fuel, even tequila. In 1963, Chrysler engineers didn't just imagine it, they built it. The Chrysler turbine car was a glimpse into a future that never arrived. A vehicle free from fuel constraints, whisper quiet, and gliding across streets with a grace no piston engine could match. Yet, despite working perfectly, nearly all of them were destroyed. Only a handful survive today. To understand why, we must follow its creation, explore its design, and examine the forces that ended its journey before it could change automotive history. In the early 1960s, American highways were dominated by roaring V8 engines. Muscle cars thundered down city streets. Families planned road trips around gas stations, and car ownership meant constant maintenance. Oil changes, spark plug checks, and clutch repairs were routine. Into this landscape came Chrysler, asking a question that no other manufacturer dared. What if a car didn't need pistons, spark plugs, or frequent servicing? What if it could run on almost any combustible liquid, quietly and reliably, without sacrificing performance? The answer emerged in the form of the A831 gas turbine engine, Chrysler's fourth-generation turbine design. Unlike its predecessors, it used twin regenerators, one on each side of the gasifier, instead of a single top-mounted heat exchanger. This innovation recycled heat efficiently, allowing higher operating temperatures, improved fuel flexibility, and smoother, continuous torque. Compact yet powerful, the turbine produced 130 horsepower at 3,600 RPM. It delivered acceleration without the jerky surges typical of piston engines and required far fewer moving parts, which meant minimal maintenance and longer operational life. Chrysler built 55 cars and distributed them across the United States for real-world testing. The turbine ran on gasoline, diesel, kerosene, jet fuel, and even tequila. The engine performed flawlessly with every fuel, demonstrating an unprecedented flexibility that no other car had achieved. Imagine driving it, sliding along a quiet suburban street. The car seems to float above the pavement. There is no vibration, clattering pistons, or gear shifting. The only sound is a soft whine, high-pitched but not intrusive, reminiscent of a distant jet. Press the accelerator and feel the throttle response. Slightly delayed at low speeds, yet steady and effortless once the car is rolling. Every mile is a lesson in smoothness, precision, and engineering mastery. The car's physical presence is as impressive as its engine. It stretches 201.6 inches from bumper to bumper, 72.9 inches wide, with a height of 53.5 inches and a 110-inch wheelbase. At 3,900 pounds, it is substantial, yet balanced, giving it stability without compromising agility. Bronze panels catch the sunlight, while panoramic windows offer expansive views. The controls are simple and intuitive, and the specialized suspension smooths every bump, turn, or undulation in the road. Available in copper, orange, and black, the car looks futuristic, distinct from the chrome-heavy sedans of its era. Its design communicates innovation, a promise of what a car could be if engineers dared to break tradition. Inside the turbine, engineering brilliance is evident in every detail. With far fewer moving parts than a conventional engine, maintenance is minimal. Twin regenerators capture and reuse heat to maximize energy output. Exotic alloys resist extreme temperatures that would have melted ordinary metal. Thousands of precision-drilled holes in the heat exchangers ensure optimal energy recovery. Every time the turbine spins to life, it tells a story of ingenuity. Thousands of moving parts replaced by elegant, efficient systems. Each component is a testament to human curiosity, precision, and ambition. Engineers spent years refining the turbine. Precision blades rotate at thousands of RPMs inside the combustion chamber. The twin regenerators extract as much heat as possible from fuel, and exotic alloys keep the engine running under extreme conditions. Every detail is meticulously tested. The engine's simplicity and durability contrasts sharply with the conventional V8, which demands constant attention, frequent oil changes, and spark plug replacements. The turbine isn't just different, it represents a completely new approach to automotive engineering, decades ahead of its time. Yet, brilliance alone could not protect the project from reality. The turbine faced financial, political, and regulatory pressures that proved insurmountable. Chrysler was already struggling financially, and scaling production of these cars was costly. Exotic alloys and precise manufacturing requirements made each vehicle expensive. Meanwhile, emerging environmental regulations highlighted a significant limitation. Nitrogen oxide, NOx, emissions from the turbine were higher than conventional engines, particularly during city driving. Although the turbine excelled at highway cruising, frequent stops and starts revealed inefficiencies that regulators could not ignore. Industry politics also played a decisive role. The car's ability to run on nearly any fuel threatened gasoline market dominance. Oil companies had a vested interest in maintaining gasoline sales, and rival automakers focused on the turbine's quirks rather than acknowledging its revolutionary design. Even when Chrysler distributed 55 cars across the country, demonstrating flawless performance, the combined pressures of finance, regulation, and industrial conservatism outweighed technological success. Officially, Chrysler stated that 46 of 55 cars were destroyed to reduce liability and avoid import taxes on Italian-built bodies. However, historians note that financial constraints, regulatory scrutiny, and resistance from industry stakeholders all contributed to the decision. Only 9 cars survived, 6 in museums and 3 in Chrysler's private collection. These remaining vehicles stand as symbols of innovation, nearly crushed by circumstance, reminders that engineering alone cannot always overcome economics and politics. The turbine's legacy extends beyond its immediate failure. Modern hybrid and electric vehicles echo many of its innovations: silent operation, simplified mechanics, efficient energy use, and minimal maintenance. Museums preserve not just the cars, but the turbine's hum and the elegant panels that once promised a new era of automotive freedom. Engineers look back and marvel at the precision of the heat exchangers, the elegance of the twin regenerators, and the ingenuity of a system that could operate on virtually any combustible fuel. The turbine car remains a benchmark for what is possible when human imagination meets mechanical expertise. The story of the Chrysler turbine car also offers lessons about trade-offs in technology adoption. Its throttle lag at low speeds made city driving less responsive, and fuel consumption at idle was high. Regulatory pressures highlighted emissions issues that couldn't be ignored, and the cost of manufacturing specialized alloys prevented mass adoption. Yet the turbine succeeded in showing what could be achieved when conventional constraints were ignored. It posed a tantalizing question: what if innovation were allowed to thrive despite economic and regulatory hurdles? Decades later, the turbine car continues to inspire. Visualize it on a highway, panels gleaming under the sun, spinning smoothly, engine humming like a small jet. Imagine its impact if production had continued: reduced dependence on gasoline, longer-lasting engines due to fewer moving parts, and an entirely different trajectory for automotive engineering. The turbine's promise of fuel flexibility alone could have reshaped global energy consumption patterns, potentially accelerating alternative fuel adoption decades earlier. This was more than a car, it was a statement. Chrysler engineers proved that imagination, precision, and courage could redefine what an automobile could be. It challenged conventional thinking, industry norms, and the economic structures that supported automotive growth. Its destruction, while pragmatic under the circumstances, deprived the world of a technological leap decades ahead of its time. Ultimately, the Chrysler turbine car is remembered for its engineering, ambition, and almost mythical promise. It was a vehicle designed not just to move people, but to redefine mobility itself. Its ability to run on multiple fuels, deliver smooth torque without vibration, and operate with minimal maintenance was unprecedented. And yet, The turbine also reminds us that technological success is inseparable from social, financial, and political contexts. Imagine a world where turbine cars became mainstream. Long stretches of highway traveled in near silence, engines with minimal wear, vehicles capable of operating on a wide variety of fuels, and a different approach to energy and transportation policy. The Chrysler turbine car offers a glimpse into such a reality, a what could have been that continues to spark curiosity and admiration. Though nearly all were destroyed, the story of the Chrysler turbine car survives. Its engineering lessons, political and financial context, and quiet hum preserved in museums continue to inspire. It reminds us that innovation often challenges entrenched systems, and that imagination, precision, and courage can leave a lasting mark, even if the world isn't ready to embrace it fully. The Chrysler turbine car was more than an engine, more than a vehicle. It was a vision of a future that almost came to pass. Though most of the cars were destroyed, its engineering achievements, political context, and daring innovation remain alive in museums, historical records, and the minds of engineers and enthusiasts. It stands as a reminder that human ingenuity, courage, and imagination can create breakthroughs decades ahead of their time. The story of the turbine car challenges us to ask, what innovations are possible today, and how many are waiting to be discovered before the world is ready for them?